Mr. Rogers taught us to be good neighbors and take care of the people who live in our community. That message was heard loud and clear in Pittsburgh, and one local nonprofit is taking it to heart. Hello Neighbor was founded to help recent refugees and other families. Here to explain how Hello Neighbor works is Sloane Davidson, the founder and CEO. Good morning.
Good morning.
You have this wonderful video explaining what your program is, and I was so deeply inspired by what you chose to do. How did this all get started?
You know, it's a really interesting story. I personally moved back to Pittsburgh 3 years ago. I'm born and raised here, very proud Pittsburgher. And I moved back because I was having my first son and I wanted all of that family support that I have here. And I thought a lot about refugees and immigrants, and they're really forced to leave that support system behind, that group of aunties and sisters and extended family. And it's a lonely experience and it's a really hard transition. And as I started to explore what that meant, I have a background in nonprofits, a master in public policy, but more than anything, I'm a people person, and I was just really moved by the stories of refugees and immigrants and how much they wanted to thrive here in Pittsburgh and just face some challenges along the way.
Well, what I heard in your video too was you said this group of people, because there's so much bureaucracy and so much paperwork and so many layers to all of this, that these are some of the most resilient people you'll ever meet.
Absolutely. These are the 1% of people that pushed and strived and brought their families. All of the families in our program have kids under the in the home. We currently have families from 7 different countries. Wow. They're spread out all across Pittsburgh. If we have 25 families, I would say it's 23 different zip codes. And something that's really remarkable is they're all here for that American dream for their children. They all are very focused on education. They want their kids to do extremely well, and they're willing to sacrifice just about anything to give their kids that future.
So what are some of the problems that they faced and reported back to you when they first got here to America?
Yeah, so at Hello Neighbor, we're working with families that have been here in Pittsburgh between 6 months and 5 years. The first 3 months that a refugee family comes in particular, they are helped and served by refugee resettlement agencies, and those agencies do a bulk of really hard work. Apartment, first job, enrolling in English as second language class, helping kids get enrolled in schools. Refugees come fully vetted by the federal government, so the first thing they do is go get a social security number. They're paying taxes, they're contributing back to society. But there are things that they don't know about. They might not have had libraries or playgrounds in their home countries. They might not know about those other resources to help support young moms and young families and young kids. And overall, they're just not familiar with American culture and traditions.
So what does your agency do? What does your nonprofit do?
Hello Neighbor is a mentorship program, and we work to support refugee families and immigrants through mentorship. And so we partner directly, a Pittsburgher, it could be an individual, a couple, a family. We have empty nesters, we have retirees. So we're multi-generational, we're multicultural, and above all, we're really inclusive. And we create this mentorship program where they're matched together, and they work on a series of both life skills and fun. So one week you might help a refugee read mail, sort through bills, understand how that whole system works, talk about jobs or apartments or school. But then the next week we might take all the families in our program to the War Hall, to the Pittsburgh Pirates, on a trip on the Gateway Clipper. We really want them to get out of their homes, break the isolation, and experience all the great things that Pittsburgh has to offer.
So I understand Hello Neighbor is kind of split up into different categories into how you can get involved. And one of that is through the membership, where you would be mentoring a family.
Right. So we're brand new. It's really exciting. We're still in the very beginning of our 2nd year. We just started last year. This was a dream that I had. I started putting it together, and the response has just been incredible.
That's great.
People are really, I think, wanting this personal connection right now. You know, we live in such a digital, always online world, but to give back, a lot of us, we want to do that one-on-one, and I see this being a great value for families. We have a lot of Pittsburghers who say they want their kids to have more empathy and a global experience and an opportunity to help and serve others, and they can do this together as a family. And so the mentorship is one part of it. We do have other volunteer opportunities, and then we have a lot of community events. We have potlucks in the park, around city parks in the summer. 300-400 people come out, enjoy global food, get to meet your new neighbors. I think the biggest part about Hello Neighbors are really about experiences. And so if people want to come out to one of our events and learn more about us, we'd be so happy to have you.
So you mentioned 25 families you're helping right now, but you hope to expand?
So we've helped 50 families total. We ran 2 cohorts. We're about to launch our 3rd. We're actually locking them in this week, which is really exciting. So we've been going around to all the refugee homes and meeting them and learning more about their goals and what they're excited about over the next year. And we're just looking to grow. We're a small nonprofit that is really based upon Pittsburgh's, core values of helping new families that are coming in. And so any way that people want to help us, we'd be more than happy to talk about that.
Well, you may be small, but you're doing mighty things.
Thank you
so much. And if you want to learn more about Hello Neighbor and how it's helping the community, visit the Hello Neighbor website, and you'll find that link at kdka.com/PTL.